Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Respectable to Kiai Haji Muhammad Hasan Mutawakil Allah SMM as the director of Zainul Hasan Genggong Islamic Boarding School. Respectable to Dr. Abdul Aziz Wahab BMAG as director of Zainul Hasan Genggong Islamic University. And also respectable to Mr. Zainuddin MPD as lectures in English, Phonetics, and Phonology lesson. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Najma Syakiratuni Am. I am from English Education Department. Okay, and now I will explain about review our topic of phonetic and phonology. The first is introductions. Phonetic and phonology are fundamental fields in linguistics that deal with the sounds of speech. Phonetic focus on the physical properties of speech sounds and their productions, while phonology looks at how the sound functions and interact within particular languages. Understanding these areas is key to improving language skill, whether for communications, learning new language, or understanding language evolutions. Unit 1 Introduction to Phonetic and Phonology. Phonetic disciplines analyze the productions, transmissions, and reception of speech sounds. Phonetic is divided into three main areas. Okay, the first is articulatory phonetic. Examines how speech sounds are produced by the vocal apparatus. The second is acoustic phonetics, focus on the physical properties of sounds waves, and the third is auditory phonetics, studies how speech sounds are perceived by the listener. Okay, the next is phonology. Phonology investigates how speech sounds functions within particular languages. It looks at sound patterns, the organizations of sounds into systems, and the rules that govern their distributions and combination in speech. Phonology helps explain why languages may have similar or different sound patterns and structures. Okay, the next number two is unit two is phonological fossilizations. Phonological fossilizations occurs when speech sounds in a language become fossilized or remain unchanged despite shift in the language over time. This change may be historical or may stem from social influences or regional variations. Example, in Indonesians, the historical shift from the sound key to ke in some contexts became fixed. Even though the sound system in general evolves, such fossilized pattern persists in the speaks of native speakers, even if they don't align with broader phonological rules. Unit 3 is about speech sounds productions. This unit looks at how speech sounds are produced, with a focus on three key processes. The first is articulations, the movements of the articulatory organs such as the tongue, lips, and vocal cords to produce sounds. And second is audition, the process by which the listener perceives these sounds. The third is acoustic, the study of sound waves including their frequency, amplitudes, and durations. Various factors affect a speech sounds production such as anatomy of the mouth vocal, psychosociology, and also psychology, cognitive process influencing speech. Okay, the next is unit 4 is about vowels. Vowels are product with an open vocal tract and no significant constrictions of airflow. There are characteristic by tongue positions, lip rounding, and hake. Common example includes as in cat, and I as in sea, and U as in goose. The next is unit 5. It's about diphthong. Diphthong are a combination of two vowel sounds within the same syllable which glide from one vowel to another. For example, I, as in my, and ow, as in how, are common diphthongs in English. Okay, the next unit 6 about consonant. Consonants are produced by abstraction I flow in various ways, such as stroke, possessive. And also, the last is unit 7 is about segment and suprasegmental. Segmental this refers to individual sounds in a language known as phonemena. Phonemena are the smallest units of sound that can distinguish words. And suprasegmental, these area cover phrases that go beyond individual sounds such as stress, intonations, and rhythm. The conclusions, phonetic and phonology provide the tools to decode the sounds of language. By understanding how sounds are produced, how they function in languages, and how they interact, we gain insight into both the mechanic and the social aspect of communications. Mastering phonetic and phonology not only improve language comprehensions but also ensures effective communications and aids in the study of language change and development. Okay, I think that's all for me. If I have mistake, please pardon me. The last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.